What's up, guys? Alex here. Still recovering from the flu, so I apologize. I don't sound the best, but this is the third time I've been trying to make this video, and I think this will be the one I upload. Um, if you haven't noticed, on the community tab, I've been ranting a bit. I made a post about how I've been struggling mentally and physically, really mostly mentally, somewhat physically though, since COVID ended. And I have come to a realization that I have made many years ago. And I want to talk about what that realization is in this video. And some of you will relate, and most of you will not relate. And I'm going to explain why most of you will not relate. This is really, well, in America, guys, especially in America, a vast majority of the population lives with constant gratification. I would say about like 90% of the country is on the same path, and 10% of the country is not on the same path. You're going to see a vast majority of the country living in just constant misery, constant sin. There's a reason why 1 in 2 people, at least in America, are now considered obese. I think they said like 75% of the country is overweight. Most people are not really learning anymore. They're becoming more dumb with social media. More and more people are heading towards financial ruin, not just because they may have a good job, but when it comes to debt and skills and learning about money, people are actually doing worse. The amount of people who are owning a home is significantly lower. There's variables that add to that as well, but I'm just going over some things here. Mental illness on the rise. It's just, it's not a secret, guys, that we're really living in a collapse of society here in our country. But the realization that I've had, that I had many years ago and I have lost over the last year or two, that I've come to the realization again, and I'm ready to go back to basics, is that if you want to live a life that is not following what other people are following, if you want to live a life of healthy lifestyle, when it comes to mentally and physically, you want to live a life where, you don't want to involve yourself with what most people are doing. This is a sad reality that I'm about to drop again. This is also a eye-opener for me as well, is that, and I'll just get straight to the point, you're going to be on a path that most people are not on, and it will be lonely. And, you're seeing a lot of people on YouTube say, they call it the lonely chapter. I wouldn't even consider it a fucking chapter. It's a life. It's a lifestyle. Now, what do I mean by lonely? Because I don't want people to get this mixed up. Yes, when you think of lonely, you think of sadness and despair. But the reality of a lonely road is that you're going down a path that most people are not going down. You're going to be living a lifestyle that most people are not living. You're going to be doing most activities that most people don't give a shit about. You will live down a path of people criticizing you negatively. Living down a path of people being confused on what you're doing, because most people in America are doing the same thing. They're all the things that I just discussed previously. And if you want to live down a path, the realization is that, you are not normal. Normal in America and normal in society now is following what everyone else is doing and honestly going downwards. You might be, think of like a flower. You might be a flower that is surviving, but are you flourishing? And it's not a grand conspiracy or a surprise, guys, when probably less than 10% of the population is prospering anymore. Yes, it's sad and it's crazy out there, and there are definitely forces that are there are forces, evil forces, guys, that are doing what they can to prevent people from prospering. There's no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, you also need to understand that you need to take full responsibility of your actions and take full responsibility of what you're doing, and you need to do a course correction if you're not happy with how things are going. And for me personally, I need to do a course correction. There's no doubt about it. In the first part of the year, I was doing pretty good. And in the last several months, not so much, because I've been going back into bad habits and following what other people are doing. And I got off the train, and you know, need to go back on the train, and that's going to go back to this lonely, long road. I think I'm going to continue to upload on YouTube, guys, for the time being. I did delete all my social media, and it is time to go back to being a, you know, self-improvement hermit. And a lot of people, some of you guys will definitely resonate with this. It might even be a wake-up call to some of you if you've gotten off the horse. I think those things do happen, and I have gotten off the horse and need to get back on. One of my goals for sure when it comes to physical, I want to go back to my weight that I was oh wow. I would say before, like 5 years ago, maybe, in my 20s. I want to go back to that weight. I mean, I'm not overweight by any means, but I want to, you know, sharpen my tool set. I want to, you know, make sure I'm the best version of myself and go back to that. I want to make sure I stay away from certain things that I have wanted to stay away from and have, but I've gotten off the horse with. You know, there's just certain things that I want to focus on and just build, you know, and if I have to fucking write out a list of commandments or a fucking set of rules that I need to follow, then that's what that's what it's going to be. But me personally, that's where I'm at, and I need to get back to that, and that's going to be back on the lonely road, or what people online have been calling it, these influencers, the lonely chapter. Again, I wouldn't consider it a lonely chapter, because that's assuming that, you know, this chapter is only temporary. Guys, it's not temporary, man. So get that out of your fucking mind, and I need to get that out of my fucking mind. There's no shortcuts. There's no, oh, I'm going to do this for a little bit and then forget it. I'm 33 years old. I'm about to be 34 this year. I live a healthy life for the most part, unless I get cancer or chronic illness, or I get some fucking bad shit happens to me. I expect to be on this planet till at least 80 years old. I'm not even halfway there. Halfway is 40. So I'm not even there yet. This is not temporary. This is a lifelong thing that most people are not going to understand. But for some of you that do understand, you'll note that this is something that you're going to have to live with for your entire life. If you want to be healthy physically and mentally, there's going to have to be sacrifices that need to be made. There's going to have to be some things that a vast majority of the population do that you are not going to be doing. And I need to definitely make sure I do better on that. And hopefully this resonates with at least one other person. I would like to make more videos kind of like this. I know this is not everyone's cup of tea. I don't really give a shit. I will do what I want to do. But for those of you that do enjoy these kind of videos, you can probably expect more of them. And I would maybe in a way like to detail my journey back to basics, because that's what it really is. It's back to basics. It's back to, you know, I've definitely been struggling since COVID, and I think this is one of the reasons why is just this need to back to realization of, you know, you can't live in this world of debauchery and sin in America and think everything's going to be okay. It might be okay with the short term, with the very instant gratification, and it may, you know, but you're not going to really prosper off of it. It's not a good life. It's definitely not something I want to live for 40 to 50 more years. Nah, I don't want to live my life like that, but I'm sure this will resonate with at least one of you, maybe more. But the point of this video, guys, is, I know I'm rambling here, but the main point of this video, guys, is that if you want to live a healthy life physically, mentally, and just prosper in life in general, be prepared to live on the lonely path. It's not a fucking lonely chapter. It's a path. And there's going to be people on outside of your path, outside of your lane, that you need to make sure are staying outside of your lane. And you need to make sure and understand that this path of yours to wherever your destination is that the only person that can succeed or prevent that from happening is yourself. And there's going to be people that tear you down. I see comments all the time of people, even today, calling me certain things, saying just the most heinous shit. Yeah, but that's just noise. But anyway, just want to get my thoughts on this Sunday. I've been really liking Sundays a lot in my life, really, because you can just think about the week ahead. It's like a reset, from a religious point of view, I guess, spiritual point of view. It is like a reset, and you just you go into it tomorrow, Monday, and just start from there and hope for the best. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. Hope you guys have a good week. Hope you guys are hanging in there mentally. I know it's very tough out there. It's rough. But got to get back up on the horse. Anyway, see you later.